Uncharted The Lost Legacy stars, for the first time in the series, not Nathan Drake, and instead Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross from Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4. And the main thing to take away from this from the very beginning is that Uncharted as a franchise, or whatever you want to say it is at this stage, can 100% live on without Nathan Drake. And I guess that would be like sacrilege or blasphemy or whatever you want to call it a couple of years ago. But what Naughty Dog have proved, that Uncharted's treasure hunting escapades is the star. It's not the characters. As great as Nathan and Sully and everyone else has been in the series, they've nailed this formula so perfectly that introducing other characters to it can work. And it's to the credit of Claudia Black and Laura Bailey, who voices Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross, that this chemistry exists beyond Nathan's smarmy quips. But beyond that, the gameplay itself is very much Uncharted fare. You've got the explosive action movie moments, and you've got the exploration and the beautiful ruins to explore, as well as puzzles. But it's just feels like it's toned back a little bit here, as it gives you the largest play space ever in the series, and being able to walk around or drive around this area was 100% the highlight of the entire game. Naughty Dog have been pretty much at the top of their game for well over a decade now when it comes to technology and harnessing the power of the PlayStation 3 and 4 to create easily the best looking games I've ever seen. And Uncharted The Lost Legacy is potentially the most incredible console game I've ever played. And there were so many moments, both because of vistas and because of tiny little details, that I was honestly in awe. And just being in that space almost felt like the price of admission. Never mind all the fun, the story here, and the exploration and the combat. And speaking of the combat, it's never been the strong point of the Uncharted series. On Naughty Dog, to be honest. Even The Last of Us, they slowed it down, which worked well, but here there are moments when the combat really becomes the down point. And as you can probably see on the screen right now, I'm just hanging on a ledge there as I'm being shot at, and I stayed there for a long time. And if you see in the background, she's missing quite a lot, and it's kind of highlights the weakness of the combat that's still here. But beyond that, the game itself proves that it's tough, because the game is it's stellar, it's incredible, and any Uncharted fan or action adventure fan or any sort of game fan, I guess, that has a PlayStation 4 really should play this game. It's a thrill ride from beginning to end, and I loved every moment of it. But it did very much feel like another Uncharted game. And we always get to the point now where every Uncharted game comes out, we'll go, okay, they've perfected it, that's it, move on. And even though I love this game, I still felt that. I was like, well done, Naughty Dog, you've perfected it, move on, Last of Us Part 2 now, and whatever else you do after that. But maybe enough years will have passed then where another Uncharted will be fine. But as it stands, The Lost Legacy it's probably the best Uncharted game I've played, and I'm a big fan of 2 and 3. And yeah, this is just so good. But I don't know if this is it. This is the last time I will say this. But yeah, A Lost Legacy, awesome game.